Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Smita. So I welcome you all to this inaugural function of ISMPOCon 2020. And I'm happy that you're all logged in. I'd have been much more happy if I could welcome you all personally here and be a host to you. But unfortunately, that's not possible in this pandemic times. So I welcome you again. What I'll do is I'll just take you through a few bits of Bangalore. Since you're not here, I want you to see bits of Bangalore. So I've just put in a PPT together. I'll just share those with you. Can I have my PPT, please? So as that is coming up, I would like to tell you that we have almost 1,300 delegates who has registered and about 110 abstracts that have been submitted. These have been judged. These were essentially as e-posters. And we will be finalizing the list of winners. And in the due course of time, we will invite them to present their paper virtually. And then we'll have 3 prizes for them. So next slide. Next. So this is my organizing committee. I'm extremely thankful to all of them for having worked together as a cohesive team in the short time that we had and in these demanding times of the pandemic. And I must really thank each one of them here. Some of them are at the venue and many of them are working from their homes. So thank you once again from the bottom of my heart. So I'm sure you recognize this building. This is the seat of our administration and one of the very imposing buildings that was built quite some decades ago. This is the Vidhan Sauda. And of course, it's there on the brochure as well. Just across is the Kaban Park, which is a huge lung space for us. So I just took a picture of one of the trees in very nice pink blossom. So greetings to you from Bangalore. This is an iconic palace that we have, which was built on the lines of the Windsor Palace of UK. And this is owned by the royal family of the state. So this is one of the old buildings, which is actually a reservoir. And thanks to the lockdown and deserted streets, I actually went around Bangalore picking up some nice pictures of the buildings. And this has been there for such a long time, I was surprised I had not noticed it. Just to show you, I've just zoomed in. This was built in 1898, and it's still there, and it's a reservoir for the city. So we do have a lot of lovely buildings, which we see them every day, but we don't notice them. So this lockdown was nice for me because I could take some pictures of these buildings. This is another old building from the British times. This, as you can see, is the Revenue Survey Offices, which is functional today. This is one of the new towers of the city of Bangalore, called the Kempegowda Tower. Incidentally, he is the founder of the city. Across this tower is another nice old church, the Wesley Memorial Church. What I will do is walk you through some of the old interesting things that we have in Bangalore. This is one of the old temples. And this is one of the eateries which is famous for the masala dosa. That is considered the state dish. And as you can see here, this has been functional since 1943. It's a tiny place, but people really queue up there to eat the famous dosas. This is the marketplace there. And we are really fortunate that we get so many colorful flowers around here. This is one of the oldest temples that is there here. This is called the Cave Temple. And it has a very significant place in the history and in mythology of the country. And it houses the Lord Shiva's linga there. This is again a temple there. And this is one of the temples of the giant bull, as you can see, or the big bull. And this is a huge monolithic bull. And there's a nice story that goes behind that this used to come alive in the night and eat up all the crops in that area. So they actually put a big peg on the shoulder of this, and since then it's not moving around. So we do have nice folklores going around these temples. And I wouldn't have believed that we had bats in the city, but I did see these are the bats for you. And this is the famous place called the Glass House in Lal Bagh, another important lung space for the city. And this actually houses the annual 2 flower shows, which is world renowned. But unfortunately, due to this COVID times, we're not having that. We do have some of the old temples in the city of Bangalore, which I had not seen till recently.
Yeah.
And this again is very nice. So this is from the world famous Dasara procession. This is called the Jambu Savari. And this time, the public were really not allowed to go to Mysore to witness this. And in the airport of Bangalore, they made a life-size replica of the same thing for people to really appreciate what this looks like. Now, if you actually just look around Bangalore, even the streets, there are such beautiful colors. So like I said, we always see but don't notice. So I will show you some of the roadside colors of Bangalore. This is one of the trees that is in spring, which is just opening up, and you can see the hues. This is again a small wildflower. And if you look around, you may see the bees as well. So this is a local tree called honge, which is supposed to give very nice shade. And when this flowers, we see a lot of these bees coming up to suck up the nectar. This is called a passion flower. And again, this is, I saw it on the roadside growing wild. So I was really fascinated, so I took a close-up. Again, this is one of the beautiful yellow flowering trees that we have. This is called tabubia. This is another variety of the same, the tabubia, with beautiful violet flowers. And in the pandemics, if we can't go up, you can just sit and look up at the sky. And I'm really fascinated what all we can see in the sky because of the play of the clouds, the color of the sun rays. So I've just put some slides together. In fact, I was surprised to catch the flight of these egrets. This is from the terrace of my house. So I'll just rush through some of the beautiful things that we can see if you just look up at the sky. So as the sun sets, you can see even more beautiful hues as I've picked up here. And I'm amazed that each day nature paints a beautiful canvas in the sky, which many of us, I think, even don't notice it, but the beautiful play goes on in the nature. This is one of the, from the royal families, the king called Vodayar. And even today in the Mysore Palace, there is part of the family that stays here in one of this. And this is the Mysore Palace lit up during the Dasara times. This is a nice view of the same, all the areas in Mysore which have been lit up, and this has been made into sort of a ring here. Looks beautiful. And of course, we can't go away from Karnataka without talking about tiger. We have the highest density of the tigers in the world in our state. And of course, we must remember the father of our nation, Mahatma Gandhi. We have a road named after him, and this is a statue there, a silhouette against the setting sun. So thank you again for your presence, and hope that you will enjoy this whole meeting for most of you from the comforts of your home. Thank you.